Hello, I am Jody Wolf. You're watching EXPOZ March 7, 2011, and it's 2:02 a.m. in Birmingham, Alabama. Topic is strange happenings. You decide. And I will start and tell you about two dreams that my daughter gave me, and I won't give you her name, but one was a year ago, had two back to back, and the second of the two I don't recall, but I remember the first one, and I remember a more recent one that I'll tell you about quickly, and then I have three things of my own that you may be interested in. On her dreams, one, she was in a place that she described as a temporary holding facility. Not quite a facility, but a place where there were people tended to be ill, and they didn't have, it's like they had to be helped around, and but they were being under guard on the outside by gentlemen wearing dark colored uniforms with a red band or a red patch on their sleeves. That's all she remembers about that. But she can say she was in the medical part of it, and she wasn't restrained by these people outside watching and guarding. She was free to go. And that kind of plays in to another dream of a similar nature, but this is a real recent dream, this next one, and I put these two together. And the third one I won't tell you about at this time. It doesn't seem to tie in at the moment. I hadn't figured it out yet. But the other dream was recent. This time she saw what appeared to be Asian people in the South, in Mobile. They were patrolling the streets and the beaches. There were boats out there. There were people walking the beach. But the streets were almost like the aftermath of Katrina. Parts of the streets were torn up and parts weren't. Parts were buckled up. But my daughter's still in the medical field, and she remembers she would be told by someone, go and pick up this person and bring them to a determined location. And she remembers when she would get to the ambulance. Now, they were parked on like every other corner. There was like a lot of them. And when she went to get it, it was like a wireless key thing you punch in to open it, and then it took a mark of some sort. Don't know if it was a bracelet she was wearing, but it took a mark that was around her wrist or on her hand that would actually start the vehicle, and then she would go to these locations and pick up these people that the Asian man in the dark uniforms and stripes told her to go, told her where to deliver them. And she told me, Dad, most of them were either dead or very close to death. So that's that picture. There's a lot more to it, but I'm going to leave it at that right now. Now, I'm going to tell you three more short ones. Now, I saw and filmed this myself as I was coming off from work. I'm on the road from my house. The road is dead east and west. I'm driving east. And about 5,000 feet right ahead, I did not hear it. I didn't see it. But I always stop to get my mail. And there is a narrow point of a chemtrail just east of me, perhaps a half a mile, maybe more. and it fanned out to a very wide point, as where it was maybe 100 feet wide, and it continued to grow. I'm filming this, okay? I am standing outside of my car, and I've got my video camera on it. I'm filming it, and I filmed it for like 5 or 6 minutes, and until it moved south, and then eventually went behind a mountain that's right here behind my home, or in front of my home. Another time, I can't say how the time difference between the 2 or 3, but the time between all 3 was like within May or June last year, and to the last one like 3 months ago. Okay, now the second one, I saw a strange mist. Had not rained, was not cloudy. A real strange mist, because I turned on my floods. Actually, my floods come on their own if someone or an animal walks past. And sometimes if I'm sitting there and I see them flip on, I'll walk out and take a look. I saw a strange mist. Again, not cloudy, but a heavy mist that was almost snowy looking, except it was much finer, thicker as a mist. But it wasn't a rain mist. It wasn't fog mist. When I walked out on the deck, I was barefoot. First thing I noticed right off the bat when I stepped out, the smell hit me. And it smelled just like red tide. And I'll tell you about the red tide in a minute, but just like it. And at the same time, my feet were sticky to the deck, almost like a paint that's 90% dry, a little tacky. My feet stuck, make a noise when you walk. After that, I put on shoes. But I filmed that 2 or 3 times, and it never went away until after I went to bed. So I got that on film. I too will put that on the internet. I'm going to try to get these 2 that I just named out to you and one other on the internet. Now, red tide I experienced last October, Biketoberfest, Daytona, where I had to turn out of it because it was on the beach and I couldn't handle the smell. I started coughing pretty good, so I had to turn away and leave it. Now, the third one, I was doing a blog, just like I'm doing now, but I was in another room, and there was much more space behind me, and the thing had a zoom, so I had it sitting on a desk, and I'm sitting back in a chair. So there's about 8 or 9 feet of screen width that you can see, and just right in front of me, just goes like this. Little round orb come from my right, just kind of not in a straight line, but wiggly, and it like went out and come back in, but it went right between me and the screen. I didn't see it while I was filming. I saw it a couple days later after I was getting ready to put it on YouTube. And when I saw it, I saved it. And I never put the blog on YouTube. So I want to get that piece along with these other things I've named to you and put them all on YouTube so that you can see these for yourself and you can make your own opinion what they are. I don't know, but I do know that they're strange. What else can I say? And it's all true. Anyway, I will get that down. Oh yeah, I do have one more very quick point to make in reference to the blog I made just a few minutes ago. I got to hurry up and get to it. On the gentleman John Phillips that wrote this song, the title, "We've Been Asking Questions." John Phillips was not married to Mama Cass. He was married to Mackenzie Phillips, and Scott McKenzie sang this song. That is the name of it. I'll get it back as soon as I can, put the words up. Jody Wolf, EXPOZ.